Chapter 2: The Four Pillars. As we have discussed, everything in your business is interrelated. Consequently, every system within your company impacts and is impacted by every other system. Still, there are some critical components within any business that rise to a higher level of importance. With the exception of one-man enterprises, there are four components in every business that are so important that they need special consideration: you, your great business idea, your employees, and your customers. Together, we call them the four pillars of business success. If you drop the ball in any of these four areas, you will significantly diminish your odds of achieving business success. The importance of your role simply cannot be overstated. You are the coach, star player, and the creator of your business story. It is your vision that has to serve as inspiration for everyone in the company. Because you play such a critical role, you'll find that much of this book's focus will time and again circle back around to you. Your business, for better or worse, will end up being a reflection of you. Your great idea is the reason your company exists. It encompasses the full range of products and services that you offer to your customers, and plays a large role in just how successful your company will ultimately end up being. When you have great ideas, you'll have great products and services, and when there is a demand for those products and services, and you have a great organization to help you meet that demand, you can experience tremendous success. Of course, even the best organization can achieve nothing without great products, services, and customer demand. Without viable ideas, you're virtually guaranteed to fail. Employees are the main engine of business success and the most complex component of the four. Obviously, whenever human interaction enters the equation, things can get complicated in a hurry. Moreover, these are the members of the team that you will have to lead to achieve positive results for your company. Since you cannot do everything yourself, your team must be an extension of their leader to ensure that everything is done properly. As a result of their important role in the overall business process, multiple chapters of this book are devoted to employees. Last, but certainly not least, are the customers. Without fail, customers are the fuel that power the growth of any company and make success possible. Unless your company is their only option, or they can otherwise not live without the products and services that you offer, your customers are all people who have made the conscious decision to give you their business. They will be choosing your products and services over those of all of your various competitors. Customers make that choice based on their positive interactions with everyone and everything in your organization, and will make a different choice when those interactions are negative. In every instance, their patronage of your business is entirely voluntary and subject to change at will. As a result, it is vital to appreciate just how important customer loyalty actually is, and place a premium on customer retention and actively work to ensure that you never take them for granted. Your fundamental mission and purpose to be in business is to successfully satisfy the customer's want for the product or service that they have purchased. The first pillar of business success: you. The most effective entrepreneurs never get tired of thinking about their business, its future, its customers, and its employees. They are never tired of examining the various components that make up the business, because they understand how important it is that everything functions properly. They know that a truly functional system has to have every subsystem functioning properly too. In short, they understand the whole vision thing. When it comes to achieving business success, your vision is everything. But what does that mean exactly? A lot of times, books like this tend to talk about concepts like vision without ever examining it in detail. All too often, readers like you can reach the end of a book that talks about vision and be left with only the most nebulous grasp of what the word actually means within the business context. Before we proceed any further, let's take a moment to delve into what we are actually discussing when we address the issue of vision. That whole vision thing. Based on a revised quote from George Bernard Shaw, John F. Kennedy expressed his vision best when he said, "Some men see things as they are and say, 'Why?' I dream things that never were and say, 'Why not?'" Your vision is all about the future, sometimes involving things that have never been done. It is basically a mental image of your business as you see it existing somewhere in the future. That image is constructed in accordance to your actual goals and dreams, and is usually a reflection of not only how you see the world, but of the place you envision your company occupying within that world. It answers the most fundamental question of all: where is my business actually going? Now, if that sounds like the type of lofty question that requires a great deal of thought, you're right. Entrepreneurs don't generally stumble upon their business visions by accident. This is the type of business-centric imagining that actually requires active consideration and deep thought. You have to think about these types of things to create the type of concrete mental image that can serve as a destination worthy of the trip. For while your business vision has little to say about the strategic path that you take to reach your ultimate destination, it says everything about what that destination actually is. Your business vision can be inspired by a wide range of important company-specific concerns. For example, your company reputation as an employer and service provider can help to solidify your vision. Your financial objectives are an important consideration as well, as you want to ensure that your vision is broad enough to provide adequate income for you, your family, and your employees. Your desired rate of business growth, market sustainability, and even your own passion for the enterprise are all factors that come into play. Naturally, your overall inspiration for going into business for yourself must be considered as well. As an entrepreneur, you have to have a reason for doing what you do. To be a successful entrepreneur, you are grounded by the principles and values that you find important. All of those factors can help to create the vision that you need to ensure that your company is always moving in the right direction. Ultimately, what you need to create is a mental image of precisely what your company would look like in its most ideal form. Imagine your company in its most perfect possible form, fulfilling its mission to the best of your expectations. When you can envision that reality, you have your vision in hand. Your business vision is not a roadmap for success, it is a destination. Think of it this way: your values come first and help to determine the type of business you want to create. Values are defining features of any company and serve as a manual that can help to guide how everyone within an organization interacts at every level. Your values help to define how you view your employees, your customers, and your business mission. They serve as guidance to instruct your employees in their dealings with one another, with vendors, and with your customers. They are the glue that binds together the various components that make up your business culture. Still, your values should not be confused with vision. Values are the reasons why you do the things you do to make that vision a reality. With those values, you create and implement strategies. The strategies that you use are the real roadmap and help to determine the path you navigate on your way to realizing your vision. Strategies are the how-to tactical plans that can change over time as new information appears, new challenges arise, and customers' needs and wants change. Roadmaps are like that, after all. There are times when unexpected construction and detours can force you to slightly modify your course for a time. At the end of the day,
However, you have your destination in sight and can rely on your map to get you there as long as you continue in the right direction. Vision is something else entirely. Your values are your reason for why you do the things as you do. They are constant and generally unyielding. Strategy is the map that offers the most viable path to ensuring that you reach your objectives. It is flexible and subject to modification when necessary. Strategy is about devising the best plan and tactics to best accomplish your mission and objective. Your success or failure is dependent on your execution of the strategic plan. Your vision, on the other hand, is the destination that you are trying to reach. Why vision matters. The fact is that companies are complex organisms. If your business were alive, it would be comprised of a seemingly endless array of cells that must all be working optimally if the organism is to remain in sound health and capable of normal function. Defective cells create systemic weaknesses that can cause one system after another to fail. There are cascading effects that bleed from one area of the business organism to the next, creating disorder and dysfunction as they go. Left to run its course, that sort of disorder ultimately leads to a weaker company that falls short not just in the areas of original dysfunction, but across a wide spectrum of subsystems and systems. Effective leadership is the best weapon against such disharmony. That means having the right business vision and the type of infectious passion for your company and its mission that can help you to assemble and lead the team to make that vision a reality. Because it serves as your ideal goal, that vision should be at the center of all of your strategic thinking. Before you can have a workable business plan, viable strategic roadmaps, or buy-in from present or future team members, you have to have a vision. A powerful and well-conceived vision can serve as the best inspiration for your employees as you work to shape them into copies of yourself. A great vision inspires the type of employee buy-in necessary for ensuring that your business values and company culture permeate your organization at every level. With the right buy-in and the proper advancement of your core values and culture, you can rest assured that your vision is affecting every area of your company. You will have created an entity that has the type of single-minded purpose it needs to relentlessly pursue your objectives. Best of all, that unity of purpose will provide a sense of direction your employees need to guide them along the right path even when you are not around.
Vision also matters because we have all seen examples of its absence. If you think about it for a moment or two, chances are you can also rattle off a short list of small businesses that you've encountered that seem to lack any discernible direction. Businesses like that often start off with no real impact, they gain no headway, and they eventually settle into a restful state of mediocrity. That is, if they're fortunate enough to survive at all. The fact that you have taken the time to get this far into this book is clear evidence that you expect something more from your own efforts. That's half the battle won already. The second pillar of business success, your great idea. Capital isn't that important in business. Experience isn't that important. You can get both of these things. What is important is ideas. A quote from Harvey S. Firestone. For those outside the world of the entrepreneur, the marketplace often appears to be little more than a cluttered realm of colorful and varied products, useful and questionable services, and carefully tailored messages hawking every offer under the sun. At its core, however, it is even simpler than that. The marketplace is nothing more than an ecosystem of competing ideas. If you hope to succeed as an entrepreneur, then you need to recognize the importance of your own ideas. At its simplest, business is about selling the power of your own ideas. Those ideas can manifest as products, services, or both, but your success only comes when you convince a sufficient number of customers to trust your ideas more than they trust those of your competitors. Before you can do that, however, you have to actually have ideas and a willingness to take them to market. But what makes an idea a good business idea? How can you be sure that the idea you have is something that you can actually convince others to buy? Business ideas, whether in the form of services or products, must be able to meet unserved or underserved customer needs and wants. When your products and services have a ready-made responsive audience, then you have an idea around which you can construct a potentially successful business. Innovation can be a great starting point, and the best ideas are always innovative. But innovation alone gets you nowhere. You can invent the most wonderful product in the world and still achieve nothing if you never manage to meet a single customer want or need. But with a responsive audience of consumers, your ideas can achieve almost anything. The best business ideas should always offer a unique selling proposition as well. If your product or service is something that is somehow different than everything offered by your competitors, then you have something that customers can only get from you. That doesn't mean that you strive to be different just for the sake of being unique, but when you can truly say that your idea is different in a way that makes your customers' lives better, then you know that you have the right idea to power your success. Your idea should be applicable to a market that offers potential revenue growth. The economy is like a living organism, and like most living things, it often experiences injuries and illnesses in different areas of its body. But if your idea targets a market that is currently in a state of downturn, then it can be difficult to leverage the odds of success in your favor. The most promising ideas are, as you might expect, those that put your company firmly within a market niche that offers growth potential. Great ideas can encompass everything, from truly disruptive technologies through to new business systems and services that offer customers an opportunity to eliminate middlemen. Even products that only offer slight benefit improvements can provide an outlet for success, since they improve customers' lives. That's important to remember, given that truly groundbreaking innovation is such a rare thing in history. Naturally, the real key to any great idea lies in the amount of passion you are able to harness in support of your effort to bring it to market. Without real passion for your ideas will lack the type of sustainability needed for success. With passion, however, you can ensure that you remain committed to your ideas over time and provide yourself the best chances for achieving your dreams of success. The third pillar of business success: your employees. Among all of your business assets, the employees rank as the most valuable. That statement seems like such a no-brainer that you may even wonder why I bothered to include it. Well, there is a good reason for mentioning it here, and it has to do with how few companies actually seem to believe that their employees matter. Make no mistake, the vast majority of companies that have mission or company value statements include some variation of that theme. If those companies actually believed those words, their actions would reflect those beliefs. But do they? Over the last several decades, there has been a well-documented decrease in the loyalty between employer and employee. Whether it is in manufacturing, retail, or the service industries, many employers have seemed to move to a model where employees are viewed as just another commodity that can be disposed of or replaced with minimal impact on the bottom line. Far too many companies have taken the productivity gains that a competent, experienced, and dedicated labor force can offer and traded them for a short-term increase in profitability that is achieved only from reductions in labor costs. That is not a roadmap for sustainable success. The fact is that your employees are your company's most important asset. When you want to build a best-in-class business, you have to be able to trust that every aspect of your company is being operated as effectively as if you were doing the work yourself. And since you cannot simultaneously do everything yourself, you have to rely on your team to handle much of the work. How can you do that with a staff that is underappreciated, undervalued, and considered little more than a disposable asset? The simple answer is you cannot. Your employees impact every aspect of your business. They affect, whether for good or for ill, everything from your sales success to your overall profitability. They can impact your company image, enhance or poison your business culture, and enrich or diminish every system that helps your business function in a state of harmony. When your employees are properly trained, managed, and empowered to achieve the results that you need, your entire company will be stronger. Have you ever encountered a business with surly employees, or one in which the employees lack motivation or interest in their jobs? Of course you have. The world is filled with companies both large and small that have employees who seem wholly disinterested in effective customer care. For many customers who encounter such employees, that experience with the company is often the last. That is perhaps the most important indicator of just how much damage employees can do when business culture fails to provide them with the vision and value-driven environment needed to ensure that each member of the team properly represents the company's interests. Employees are so valuable to your business success that much of your focus and energy should be directed towards locating, hiring, and empowering the best hires that you can find. That means finding the best employees that are available. Your hiring process should be intense and designed to find only those people who can be molded to comport with your business vision. That means something more than just hiring the people with the most impressive educational or employment resume. It means actually working to identify potential hires who could literally be you if called upon to do so. Once you find each employee, the real work begins. You must be committed to training and imprinting your own vision on each member of the team. Every one of your team members must be trained to treat your company vision as their own and positioned within your organization in a way that makes maximum use of their unique skills and capabilities. If you can find your employees' passions and learn to match them to the tasks and systems that allow them their best opportunity to channel those passions into results for your company, then you will go a long way towards providing them with the motivation that they need to perform at peak efficiency. Of course, your work is not done even then, since proper positioning of a great hire is just part of the process. Over time, you need to value your employees enough to help them increase their own value. Just as a coach of a sports team works tirelessly to help each player improve his or her skill set, so too does a good business leader strive to help his team members enhance their own business skills. Do everything you can to ensure that you have the latest industry knowledge at their fingertips and provide the training they need to keep them at the top of their profession. Employees are, without a doubt, your most important asset. In fact, they're so important to your overall success that we'll take an even more detailed look at them in chapters 9 and 10. The fourth pillar of business success: your customers. Customers are vital for any business organization, and no company can survive without them. While it is not uncommon for an aspiring entrepreneur to cite the desire to be his own boss as a primary motivating factor for starting his own business, the fact is that entrepreneurs have bosses too. Every single customer who provides the revenue every business needs to succeed. Even when you are properly positioned to lead your company, have a great business idea and the best employees you can find. Success will remain elusive if you cannot find the customers your business needs to power its growth. When you recognize this fact, you will put yourself in a perfect position to focus your company's efforts on properly servicing your target market. Remember, regardless of anything else you might think about your company, its whole reason for being is to fulfill your customers' needs and wants. You can only achieve your company goals by successfully satisfying that singular purpose. Without that, nothing else that you do will even begin to matter. Where customers are concerned, they can typically be classified at one of four basic levels: one-time buyers, occasional customers, those who frequent your business, and those who not only use your services but advocate on your behalf. To maximize customer relationships, you have to be focused on ensuring that your service is superior to anything else that these customers can encounter in the marketplace. That is the most effective way to not only encourage each customer to become a more regular consumer of your goods and services, but to even entice some to actively promote your company. In essence, you want to ensure that the one-time buyer is so satisfied with your offerings that he or she returns in the future. When you can satisfy your occasional customers, you can encourage many of them to become regulars. And once they are regularly buying from you, their continued satisfaction can turn them into advocates. And despite what some clever marketers might believe, positive word of mouth remains one of the most powerful and effective ways to get your marketing message out to a broader audience. To maximize your customer relationships, it is important to identify them and get to know who they are and why they are buying from you. That entails gathering as much customer detail as you can, including information about what they buy from you, how often they purchase, and even certain demographic facts. Information such as customer occupation, interests, and expressed needs can provide valuable insights into which customers offer the best opportunity for long-term customer loyalty. More importantly, that type of research can help you to remain on top of any changes in your customers' needs so that you can be proactive in meeting them. Remember too that today's customers want more than just have their needs met. They have certain expectations about how those needs should be fulfilled as well. Different customers often have different expectations when it comes to things like customer service, and those expectations can vary among demographic populations and can often differ from location to location. Much has been written about the importance of customer retention, and by now most entrepreneurs are well aware of the benefits that they can enjoy by focusing a great deal of effort on retaining the customers they already have. After all, it costs far more to acquire new customers than it does to ensure that your current customer base remains satisfied. That often means introducing reward programs for your best customers, or simply focusing your efforts on enhancing their customer experience to ensure that they continue to be amazed with your company's results. It is also critical that you focus on the point at which your employees actively interact with your customers. Some estimates suggest that two-thirds of customers who abandon a business do so as a result of negative interactions with employees. You can avoid that by recognizing the importance of both your employees and your customers, and working to ensure that your team members understand their roles and know how to personify your company culture. That often involves emphasis on cross-training to reduce the likelihood of unforeseen mistakes, and active support for teamwork so that your employees all work together to make every customer interaction as positive as possible. There is a powerful correlation between brand loyalty and positive customer experiences that can lead to better customer retention and increased revenue growth. If you want to achieve true business success, you will have to learn to focus like a laser on those customer interactions to ensure that you leave no stone unturned and your efforts to maximize the benefits this critical business component offers.